That's right! Welcome to the side of the ring because it's time for Ringside. Got a bunch of news lined up for you, ladies and gentlemen. In a daily update, Dave Meltzer said if there was no footage owned by WWE used for Sting's retirement match, quote, it is because WWE was never asked for that favor. I understand. In all fairness, I would also have done the exact same thing. My first thought would have been like, well, you know, we could reach out to them, but there's a potential chance that, I don't know, and this is just my own personal thinking, I would have just been like, alright, I want to do this, but like I really do not want to get hung up on anything or catch any like snags or anything like that, you know what I mean? The thing of like, alright, well, can we get this footage? And it's like, alright, well, hold on, and you gotta wait a couple, you know what I mean? And that's probably not even close to what was probably even gonna happen. It was probably gonna be so smooth because we live in 2024. Someone could have just been like, yeah, hold on 1 second in the middle of the phone call and send them all the footage. But I don't know. I don't think that that's what would have happened. I personally don't know, to be honest with you. I don't know how simple and smooth and efficient that whole process would have been, but for some strange reason I just think that WWE just wouldn't go as smoothly as Tony Khan would have initially anticipated, and even then I still feel like the process would have just been a little bit lengthy. I feel like the process would have just been like a little bit lengthy, and even then I probably wouldn't even have thought about that, because my first thought would have been, we have a bunch of Sting footage on our end. So, like, but then again, I think that they were more than likely going for, like, the past stuff, which does make a whole lot of sense. So, I mean, you know, it still was effective. I still liked it, you know. I liked that his kids came out, and one of them came out like the Wolfpack Sting, the other one came out in Surfer Sting. I thought that was really cool. So, you know, all in all, it really didn't change anything, and I still liked the match. Next, the positive fan reaction to Tiffany Stratton has, quote, surprised many within WWE, according to Fightful Select. The company is, quote, anticipating those reactions more going into shows now. Stratton's match with Naomi on SmackDown was one thing cut for time due to The Rock going along last Friday, however. Fightful says it was supposed to have 2 full segments, but ended up getting 9 minutes, including commercials, with Naomi's entrance cut completely. I can't help but feel like it's just a little bit inconsiderate that, you know, matches, segments, that sort of stuff, because I mean, like, this stuff doesn't exist in a vacuum. All of this stuff is intricately put together, you know, to make sure that it all fits within the time slot, and all of the story and the story beats and whatnot are told properly. And to hear that, one, they are really starting to warm up, not the crowd, but not even warm up, but you know what I'm trying to say? Like, they're like, okay, you know, she's getting a lot of good reaction. That's good. We're going to start, like, taking that into consideration more going forward. And that's good to hear. But hearing that there were 2 full segments and Naomi's whole entrance got cut just seems a little bit annoying. And, you know, I feel like hearing that, I feel like just because you're The Rock doesn't mean that you should be allowed to do stuff like that. You know what I mean? No one really should be allowed to do that, because it's an entire show and there's other people on there, and there's matches that they have to get through in segments and stuff like that, and for you to come out, right, and to go over time like that, it's really annoying, you know? Luckily, not everybody's match has to be cut like that. It doesn't have to be like a full universal thing when stuff like that happens, but when you do have to, I mean, no match really should be cut, you know, unless it's like a serious thing or like there's a good reason. And it's just hearing that, you know, the only reason why that even happened in the first place is because The Rock just felt like he needed to call everybody a bunch of cactus crackheads. It's just like, all right, you know, maybe we could, and that's what I did. I remember saying that. I was like, maybe we could trim that down a little bit, because really all he does is he just goes out there and just repeats the same thing over and over again, you know? So hopefully that doesn't happen anymore in the near future. Moving back to AEW, Hangman Page could be taking a break from AEW, as Fightful notes there was word for quite a while, even leading up to his match at Revolution. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I swear that is what the ankle/knee injury that I initially thought was a knee injury, and then I looked it up and it turns out it wasn't a knee injury. They were saying that he rolled his ankle, or like he thought he rolled his ankle, and then the articles were like, oh wow, everyone thought that he was hurt, and it turns out that he was perfectly fine. And I swear at one point before Revolution, Hangman, there was word where Hangman was like, alright, I'm gonna like injure myself, quote unquote, on purpose, because there's like an obligation or some type of like family issue that I may have to go take care of. So let me do this now so that if I do end up having to leave, I have the injury on standby and I can just throw that out there and then it'll just be a one-on-one. But I looked it up. There was absolutely no word. I don't know if I'm not looking up the right thing. I don't even know if I'm actually even, I don't even know if that's even a thing, is what I'm trying to say. I don't even think that the ankle/knee, and that's the thing, I thought it was a knee. I thought it was a knee injury. But turns out it wasn't. Turns out it was an ankle. I mean, he's okay, but I mean, that's obvious. So he's taking time off. Well, he could be taking time off. It's not like, he's 100% taking time off. I could see that happening. I mean, he was involved with the title, and I don't know if they have anything planned for him, because that's pretty much it. There's not really much to say, because I don't know if he has anything planned. I don't know if Tony is writing anything down in like his handy-dandy notebook for Hangman to do now, so we're just gonna have to wait and see. Again, entirely plausible that he could do something like that and, take like a month or two off and then come back. I don't know if when he comes back he's still gonna be heel or if he's gonna be part of faction or anything like that, so just gonna have to wait and see. Well, we're gonna have to wait and see if he actually does end up taking a break, and if he does, then, wait and see what they have in store for him when he comes back. Finally, they also note that Kyle O'Reilly's character is expected to change a bit with a new direction planned now that he's returned to AEW with a fresh look. Shouts out to Roderick Strong. Kyle O'Reilly shows up, hugs Roderick. Low-key wasn't expecting that, but kind of was expecting that as well. Hugs Roderick, very hairy man. The Kingdom, I'm gonna call him the Kingdom, throws a shirt at him, and he doesn't put it on. He hugs Roderick again, whispers something to him, and then he leaves. Which I kind of like. I like that. Because it's like, all right, well, what is he planning here? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's going on? And, that's what you want. You want intrigue, you want speculation. I have absolutely no idea what's in store for Kyle O'Reilly. I'm hoping that Kyle O'Reilly is going to start becoming a mainstay on AEW going forward. I almost don't want him to join the Undisputed Kingdom. I kind of want that to be the story going forward of like, hey, how come you're not joining? And then Kyle just being like, well, I don't want to, I want to do my own thing. And then I kind of want him to, be a singles competitor, go on a bit of a run, and then, maybe some point down the line, Undisputed Kingdom gets involved. Maybe he joins, maybe he doesn't. I don't 100% know. But for right now, I like the start to this. You know what I mean? I like that everything is, up in the air right now, and Adam Cole hasn't really put his 2 cents in, so gonna have to wait and see what they've got planned for Kyle. But for right now, I'm incredibly interested in this. What do we talk about? It's alright that AEW didn't reach out to WWE. Again, like I said, I don't really think it changed a whole lot. The match was still effective, so not really that big of a deal. There's positive fan reaction to Tiffany Stratton. I'm one of them. Love Tiffany Stratton, right? They're anticipating those reactions more. That's really good. Hopefully that means she's going to be involved in storylines more, maybe be involved in more house show matches. Gonna have to wait and see. I don't understand why they even to be fair though, he's the head of the board or whatever, so it's like fine. But also, still low-key inconsiderate, right? Because you're not Tiffany Stratton, you're not Naomi. So for you to do that to other people, it's not really fair. It's not. So take that into consideration next time. Rocky, all right? Hangman could be taking a break. He could be taking a break. There's no guarantee. So if he does, fine. He's probably going to be off for like a month or two and then come back, but maybe on a horse. Who knows? I don't know what they're going to have him do, maybe be in a faction or something like that, so we're just going to have to wait and see. And Kyle O'Reilly's character is expected to change a bit. Not a lot, a bit. So I don't know what that entails. I don't know if Undisputed Kingdom are going to, be hovering over him. You know what I mean? I don't know if maybe he just needed to go use the bathroom and he was like, I'll talk to you in a little bit. I don't know. We're just going to have to wait and see. I'm intrigued, though. I'm interested. I'm curious to see how this storyline is going to develop. So we're going to have to wait and see what ends up happening. Folks, that's going to do it for this pretty short episode. Hopefully everybody has a wonderful tonight and a wonderful tomorrow. And as always, big hugs. Big hugs all around.